Hello once again, guys. Welcome back to another commentary. My name of course is Matt from the MC Spectrum, and today we're going to be looking at the Scout Chopper in Battlefield 4. So in Battlefield 3 I loved the Scout Chopper, however I do think that it could have been a lot easier to aim, and that was quite hard in Battlefield 3. Since then, with Battlefield 4 they've made this incredibly easier with the HUD on the Scout Chopper. Something I love, and I find it a lot easier to get kills with it. My favourite Scout Chopper is probably the Little Bird, just because it's so agile, especially compared to the Z11, which is a bit like a hippo in the sky. Nevertheless, the Z11 is still quite fun, if you can avoid the vehicles trying to shoot you down. So when I'm out on the battlefield, my loadout on the Scout Chopper consists of the cannons, which I think are a great step up from the minigun, a stealth coating, and the IR flares. IR flares are essential to getting rid of everything trying to lock onto you. Scout Chopper, there's nothing more targeted in the sky. Also, the stealth coating helps with that further, because it makes it harder for people to lock on. These are a few attachments that I definitely would put on your Scout Chopper. I think they help immensely and are really good to use. With the Scout Chopper, I personally think I'm quite good. I'm obviously no expert, but I get pretty good score. If you can stay low, that's probably one of the best tips I can give you. Stay low and out of the way, especially of the views of vehicles like the attack boats or other jets. However, this doesn't always work for tanks, which is one point where you could go higher. Another tip I could give you is try and stay balanced for as long as you can. Pull your mouse to extreme sides just so you can keep that balance, because it is essential for keeping the Little Bird or the Z11 up. Also, if you can avoid the land around you, that's definitely a good thing. So once again, pull your mouse as far as you can to the side to keep you nice and stable. That's a really good tip I can give you guys. The job of the Little Bird is to try and clear paths for people to try and take the objectives like MCOMs or bomb stations and obliteration. If you're in the Little Bird, you either need to do pickups or clear avenues for these people to cross. If your team's got the bomb, you need to get rid of any vehicles such as choppers or boats out of the way so this team can run on. You've always got to try your best in the Little Bird to try and get rid of the tanks and the labs and the attack boats, although this is incredibly hard. With the attack boats, I'd suggest always going for the two minigunners on the side, because they're the ones that are going to get the hits into you. The attack boat's not quite as accurate on these air vehicles, so go for the gunners at the back. You'll still get the vehicle hits, as well as a possible 2-3 kills, and then work your way towards the front. Always go for the gunners on the rib boats and people on the back of jet skis. That's also another good thing. With tanks, you need to stay quite low at first and go for the back, the rear, where you get the most damage points, and then when they start to tick and turn, you need to get right up high so they can't see you anymore. Then you can do some dives and strafes and repeat this process. It works really well with tanks, I feel. Same goes for labs. The AA, it does work, but it's incredibly hard to get with these AA, so if possible, stay away from them as much as you can, unless it's essential to get rid of it. Against Infi, make sure that you're low and flying fast so they can't get a hit into you. The RPG is a lot less accurate than it was on BF3, so that's definitely the way to fly. I personally find flying low works really well if you're flying quick. With the mouse technique that I used to drag it quite fast away, I keep the balance and get the sharp turns. I get it out of the way of any missiles trying to hit me, and the Infi can't shoot me out the front. So I do strafes on them, get the kills, get 2-3 in a piece usually. It works really well. Now, would I suggest using the Scout Chopper? Yes, definitely, if you're good at flying. If you're not, you need to practice some flying. Personally, I practiced a lot in BF3. I used to go on Noshar canals and fly under bridges and things to make sure I could get this really good. Currently I can do that pretty easily now, but I spent ages trying to learn to do that. It works pretty well now, and I'm quite proud of the way I fly. Just join up on an empty server or something, or learn to fly servers, play for fun, anything like that. They'll let you learn to fly. It usually works quite well. They're very pleasant people on there. Just try your best to keep stable, quick, and agile in the sky. That's the best tip I can keep for flying. If you're sitting in the back of the Little Bird, it's a tricky one, but there are two things that you do definitely need to do. You need to keep your pilot up in the sky, so repair all the time. Come in as NG, of course, you need to do that, and bring an RPG, because you may see in this video that there's a guy in the back of my chopper shot an RPG into a jet ski. I kept nice and low for him, gave him the angle, and that worked really well. The reason I actually gave this guy the angle was because my Little Bird ran out of ammo. The one thing that you always need to do is keep the ammo in your miniguns. Don't be afraid to take a pause outside the way of the fight and keep yourself up in the sky, because it's essential. You don't want to wait for that long respawn time in the vehicle.
I got some.
If you're back behind buildings or whatever where people can't shoot you down, that's definitely a place to reload. The things that maybe need to improve with Little Birds by DICE is the flares. They're definitely inconsistent. That's not something I like at all. I also think the miniguns definitely need a buff, because they're not the strongest at the moment. Also, the lock-on missiles couldn't hurt to have a small buff on those. However, they do work pretty well usually. I'm quite happy with those. So there you go, guys, there's my little review of what the Little Bird and the Z11 are like. These are the Scout Choppers. I personally really enjoy them. This is kind of like a gameplay situation. So if you like this video, give us a thumbs up, give us a favourite if you liked it that much, comment, let us know what you think about the Scout Choppers. Till next time, guys, my name's been Matt from the MC Spectrum. Subscribe and I will see you next time.